The land we know as Iran today was once the heart of a mighty empire. For centuries it was known as Persia. Long before the Persians, the Elamites thrived in the southwestern region. They built great cities and traded with Mesopotamia. Their art was unique, full of animals like bulls and dogs. Women held a high place in Elamite society, even in positions of power. North of the Elamites lived the Medes, an Indo-European people. By the 7th century BC, the Medes had grown powerful. They united the Iranian tribes under their king, Cyaxares. Together, they challenged the mighty Assyrian Empire. The Medes, with their allies, conquered the Assyrian capital, Nineveh, in 612 BC. This victory marked the end of the Assyrian Empire and the beginning of Median dominance. However, their reign would be short-lived as a new power was rising in the east, the Persians. Cyrus the Great was a remarkable leader. In 553 BC, he led a revolt against his Median overlords. Cyrus's victory over the Medes was swift and decisive. He united the Persians under his banner and established the Achaemenid Empire. Cyrus was a brilliant military strategist and a cunning politician. He conquered a vast territory stretching from India in the east to the Aegean Sea in the west. He allowed conquered peoples to keep their customs and religions. This policy of tolerance earned him the loyalty of his subjects. One of Cyrus's most famous acts was freeing the Jews from Babylonian captivity in 539 BC. His son, Cambyses II, conquered Egypt in 525 BC. Darius then expanded the empire further east into the Indus Valley and reformed the Persian administration. He built a vast network of roads and established a postal system. The Achaemenid Empire, under Cyrus and his successors, became the largest empire the world had ever seen. The Persian expansion westward brought them into conflict with the Greek city-states. The Persian Wars, a series of conflicts fought in the 5th century BC, became legendary. Darius I suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of the Athenians at the Battle of Marathon in 490 BC. 10 years later, Darius's son, Xerxes I, launched a massive invasion of Greece. The Spartans, led by King Leonidas, made a heroic stand at the Battle of Thermopylae. The Athenian navy decisively defeated the Persian fleet at the Battle of Salamis in 480 BC. The Persians suffered another major defeat at the Battle of Plataea in 479 BC, effectively ending their invasion of Greece. Internal strife and revolts weakened the Achaemenid Empire, making it vulnerable to a new enemy from the west, Alexander the Great. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed the Hellespont into Anatolia, beginning his conquest of the Persian Empire. He won a series of stunning victories against the Persians. In 330 BC, Alexander captured Persepolis and burned it to the ground. The Persian king, Darius III, was murdered by his own men, marking the end of the Achaemenid dynasty. Alexander's empire was short-lived. After his death in 323 BC, his generals divided his vast realm amongst themselves. The Seleucid Empire controlled Persia, but faced resistance from the east. The Parthians, skilled in horsemanship and archery, rose to challenge Seleucid rule. Their signature tactic, the Parthian shot, proved highly effective. The Parthians, under Mithridates I, defeated the Seleucids and established their own empire in Persia in the mid-3rd century BC. They challenged Roman expansion eastward, defeating Crassus at the Battle of Carrhae in 53 BC. The Parthian Empire lasted for almost 5 centuries, a testament to their military prowess and political acumen. By the 3rd century AD, the Parthian Empire was in decline. In 224 AD, Ardashir I, a Persian nobleman, revolted against the Parthians. He defeated the last Parthian king, Artabanus V, at the Battle of Hormozgan, establishing the Sasanian Empire. The Sasanians sought to revive the glory days of the Achaemenids. They restored Zoroastrianism as the state religion and promoted Persian culture. The Sasanians clashed with the Roman Empire for control of the eastern Mediterranean. However, the Sasanians faced a new threat in the 7th century AD, the rise of Islam. The Islamic conquest of the 7th century AD swept across the Middle East, toppling empires in their wake. The Sasanian Empire, weakened by decades of war with the Byzantine Empire, could not withstand the onslaught of the Arab armies. The last Sasanian king, Yazdegerd III, was murdered in 651 AD, marking the end of the Sasanian Empire. The Arab conquest brought about a profound transformation in Persia. Islam spread rapidly, becoming the dominant religion of the region. Persian language and culture, however, proved remarkably resilient. Persians played a significant role in the development of Islamic civilization. They contributed to Islamic art, architecture, literature, and science. In the 16th century, the Safavid dynasty established Shia Islam as the state religion of Persia. Today, Iran stands as a significant power in the Middle East, heir to a rich and ancient heritage.